Morning, everybody. What is up? What is up? What is up? Figure I'll go live on what is it? Sunday, Monday, MLK Day. Figure I'll go live. Markets closed. See what's up. Talk to you guys. I'll do my Fridays video because I didn't do it, and figure we could talk about it today. Go live, do it live, and if you want to join in, you could join in. You know how it is. Link in description. Link in the description below. Just kind of, what is it? Sunday, Monday. There's me. Hold on, y'all. Let's get my shares out. Come on. So how you doing? How you doing? Did you make any money on Friday? Wasn't Friday miserable? Look at that, man. You made money if you was short, which I'm not. So you could tell I did lose some money. Oh, man. Let me put this here. And post. All right, that's it. All right, so I think I'm ready. Hey, share this out if you're on Twitter, whatever, Twitter, whatever your links are. I don't even know, Instagram, however you do it. Share it out. Oh, yeah, I got one more retweet here to do. Let me do this one. Quote. I'm on Periscope as well. Yeah, through those kind of up stocks. All right, so here we are. Let's see. I got a couple people in here. 4 people in here. Thank you, man. What's up, man? What's going on? It's 4 people because the market's closed. You're like, hey, I got nothing else to do. I want to talk stocks. Doesn't it suck on a 3-day, the weekend, and then a 3-day weekend as well? Because, man, this is addicting. You just need markets to be open just to, I don't know, it's almost like keep your sanity. At least that's me, It's weird. It drives you crazy, but I need it to be open. It's like a drug. Even if I'm not trading on it, I just kind of need to see stuff move. All right, so here it is, man. Friday. This is what happened Friday. I did not do a video. I forgot what I was doing, but there was just nothing going on. It tried to rally, but it gave it up at the end. I actually thought at one point in the midday that we was actually going to close kind of flat, but nah, just kind of gave up towards the end. 3-day weekend, but here's what was popping. And we look at the heat map real quick, and it was Facebook, and it was kind of weird. The only thing that was popping, but not too weird when you look at the chart. So let's go ahead and look at the chart. I bring it right up. Here it is, Facebook. Not in it. Well, actually, I am. I got one long leap. I had a whole bunch, and I just wasn't feeling it for a while. And once all that social media stuff started going down and they wanted to break it up, I just kind of got out. I kept one long call, and I actually plan on, if it pops on earnings, I'm getting out. And if it drops, I'm probably getting out as well. There's just so many other things to trade. So here it is. This is why it was up. It's right at support, major support. I remember this area. I made a killing right here, going up to there, and I cashed out. I still got some of that money, and but here it is, right at support. So hopefully it bounces and goes higher. I mean, Facebook is they are juggernaut in making money, and it's going to take a while for anybody to be breaking them up. So and I know everyone knows it makes money like that. So this sell-off has kind of just got me like, But if you look at the weekly, let's go to the weekly real. No, we even got volume going into that. So this, though, that could be the bottom, right? That could be the bottom. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens next week. And hopefully we get a bounce, and maybe we can go to the top of the range, man. Y'all know I like this stock. I like all the social media. I like Google the best right about now, but Facebook, well, yeah, those are the most two. What's going on, Hey, what's up, Cashmatic? Just looking at my screen. So what are you guys doing, man? What are you trading? So that's and when I'm in heavy, I haven't been trading heavy. I'm just in leap action. I got a lot of leaps going on. NVIDIA is another one. Disappointed. So I'm not sitting here saying that, let me zoom in on this, man. Y'all can't see shit. I'm not saying that this stock sucks or anything, because they all acting the same, man. It's all the tech stocks for the most part. But NVIDIA is in the range. I I'm in it for the long run. I actually think it's the stock of 2021, in my opinion. But, they got that deal with ARM Holdings, right? And that needs to go through. And if it does, it's going to be a big pop. And if it don't, it'll probably be a drop, but anyway, looking at the monthly, right? And the month is still being drawn out, but it doesn't matter because we got a lot of data here. There's the flag that already got drawn out, and there's the pole. This is a bull flag, man. It actually should rise once it breaks out of this pattern right here. Zoom in so you can see it a little better. Pull that down, right? It's much just like that, right? So almost should be the length of this pole right here. And that's what I'm expecting. So if this thing breaks down, I got to rethink about my long calls in it. Actually, I got a long call spread. Okay. So spreads, multiple. So just keep an eye on it. That's mainly what I've been trading. And I've actually been trading just some put spreads on the SPY. I actually think if we look at the VIX, Trucker 202, what's up, man? How you pick? I just picked how do I pick my stripes for the leaps? All right, I'll go into it. It just depends. It just depends on when I feel comfortable with how long I think it to last. But like I said, if you want to pick anything long, a leap, first of all, is a call or any option that's longer than a year. All right. Anything that's longer than a year is considered leap. So let me see, what does it stand for? Long. Anticipated, long equity anticipated. No, I can't even think. I used to know it like the back of my hand. But anything longer than a year is considered a leap. And don't buy anything if you're looking for them. Don't buy them short term. I say it all the time. That stuff is meant to sell. Anything 60 days or less, that's meant to sell. Buy the other stuff. I know it's more expensive, but that's why. Anyway, what about a VIX? All right, I actually think my little market prediction, here it is, drum roll. The inauguration is Wednesday. I think that's why the market's a little, little antsy. Want to see what happens. They got the inauguration happens and everything is all good. We're in the clear. I think Biden takes office at noon. He'll be the official president. And I think we could rally from there. So I think we got Tuesday to worry about. And Wednesday will be and then let's see what happens after that. But I'm expecting this thing to rally. I'm not expecting a real sell-off until this VIX cracks 20 and actually goes down where 15, 14. That's when I actually think the sell-off will be coming. So as long as the VIX is getting ready to, once it busts that 20 and it's fighting it, you can see we just riding that 20, man, and it goes up, down, riding it. We're kind of riding it right now. Once it breaks, if it breaks, that means the market most likely is going higher, right? And as it goes down, the market should be going up. But once it gets down to this 15, 14, that's when I think we might have something to worry about. But I don't know. It's just really been an incredible market. Let me go back to that NVIDIA. Let me go to give me a stock. Give me a stock there, Cashmatic. What are you looking at? What's up, Larry, man? He said, good morning. Got a question on option ES. I don't trade options on the futures. I don't know too much about them. I thought about it. I was doing some research on it. And I'm like, I don't know. It seems like I might do something wrong. And next thing you know, I owe a shitload of money. So I don't know if it's as simple as just a regular option play. So I've been doing research on it for a while, but I just never did. I just trade the SPX, man. That's like 10 times the SPY. So I'll trade the SPX if I want, some alpha on the trade. You know what I mean? So that's what I kind of been doing for just to kind of like my futures on options is just trading the SPX, the RUT, right? That's 10 times the IWM, which is the Russell ETF, right? So Tesla, cool deal. We talk about Tesla though is so expensive. Them options are so pumped up. Most likely you can't afford a leap on a Tesla. And I don't know how much money you got, but them things are expensive. Okay, but we're going to talk about that because I'm going to show you how to afford that. SBE. Okay, he gave me an APTX. You said you work full time. You want to trade before you go to work. The way I trade, you could probably do that. I'm not in and out. It just depends on my mood for some reason. I put on long lead spreads for the most part. And then I'll sell verticals, or say put credit spreads on SPX or a stock that I think, like say Facebook. I actually think that that's going to hold right there. So I might sell something under here. So we'll talk about Tesla real quick, and then I'll go back into Facebook and do a put credit spread and how I would actually trade the way this looks right now. But one thing that I'm got to be wary of is earnings, because earnings is coming up next 3 weeks, and I don't like having any kind of spreads on it when earnings comes, because I just don't know what's going to happen. If you remember, what was it, about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when Facebook reported earnings, the thing dropped 20%. And at that time, it was a record drop for a stock in I think in the S&P 500. It's incredible. And I know it faked out a lot of people, man. So Tesla, let's go to Tesla. Let's look at the options. So this is the option chain. All right, let me zoom in on that. Get rid of your comment there. All right. These things, these 16 below, they really got huge data burn to it. They decay, right? So I'm going to change this volume to what is it? The theta, right? Because theta is how much these options are decaying. And I don't know if we're going to get good data on the weekend, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's saying like right here, it's not good data. Data, $1.50. That's not right. That's not right. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, okay. Anyway, so if you come down, you don't want to, you really have to be right. See, these options are meant to sell, but if you're trying to make a quick trade, like I'm going to get in it and I'm going to be out tomorrow, I'm going to be out, I'm expecting to move within 2 days or so, then I think it's okay. But if you just want to hold it for a little bit, man, you got to be down here. So let's say I look at these 515s, right? Expires 515 days from now. And if you come down here to the at the money means it's just where the stock is trading at. It's trading at 826. So at the money right there, 820. 820. There's not an 826 strike. So 820 for the most part is where the stock is trading at. That's where it turns from purple to black. And over here, purple to black. Anything black or higher is considered out of the money. That means you really own time value. See, options have two parts to it, intrinsic and extrinsic, right? So anything out of the money is just time value, because the stock is not there yet in price, right? So anything in the money, you got time value and you got some extrinsic value. You actually own something. If you were to buy this 810 and it closed at 820, even though this 810 will cost you $30,000. If you were to buy this 810 call right now, $30,000. But 515 days from now, it expires at 820. Let's say it's 820. You would have $1,000. You got 10 points, 10 times 100, $1,000. So you would have lost $29,000 if you were to buy that. It expires at 820. See, these leaps are insane. Can't afford these. Well, people can afford them, but so what you would do when I say buy the leaps is you have to buy a vertical with options like that. That means you buy one and then you sell another one to finance that one. So you can come way down here and let's say I'll sell this 975. How about this? 1,000, nice and even. So I'll buy the 830 and sell 1,000. And that 1,000 is going for about $24,000. So see, it costs about $4,600 to $5,000 for that trade. That's not bad. That's still a lot of money. But you have a lot of room here. What do you got? 830, 70, 900. You got 170 points there. And if you want some more, bang for your buck, just do 2 of these, right? And then I'll be $10,000. Do 3. then it'd be 15,000. And then you kind of trade it like that. If you want it to be smaller, you can just go to the let's go to the 850, let's say. And that'll be $600, $6.25, right? So you just trade 2 or 3. And that's how I would trade Tesla, even if I'm expecting a short-term move, because it's not really going to burn a decay that much. Now, if you do spreads up here, it won't. I'm getting deep, guys. I'm doing like advanced options, and I don't want to really talk like that. But if you do spreads up here, see, Tesla is a unique stock. If you do spreads up here, you won't have that decay like that. But, you know, it's just the way I trade. And also, when you do the leaps, you don't have the liquidity like you do in the shorter term options. So there's a lot of different things you have to weigh, right? And so you got to weigh your liquidity. You got to weigh, and liquidity, I mean, not a lot of people trading. That means the difference between the bid and the ask is huge. And you're going to get it somewhere in the middle. And you're going to basically, when you get the trade, you're going to be down $200-300 right off the get-go, you know? So it's you know, I have to do separate videos, like on buying a call, buying a put, buying a call vertical, buying selling a call vertical or put vertical, you know, and kind of do like that. I'm trying to explain all of that in 5 minutes to people that's new. So that's a little hard to do. But if you advanced option guys, you probably know what I'm talking about. The unadvanced people, just ask me, but I'll do the best I can, man. I'll do the best I can. I hope you understand that, but just know that your options are not going to be decaying or burning up if the stock does nothing when you're higher, right? That's all. That's all. Because if you buy like this 11, you come over here, these options are so expensive. That will cost you at the money $6,000, right? $6,000. If it doesn't move, you're just going to watch it just whittle away to nothing, right? Nothing. And you don't want to see 6,000. That's why you would want to sell it. So like if let's say I sold this 820 for 5,000, right? It says fee 355. Let's say I sold it for $5,400. If the stock doesn't move, I get to keep the $5,400. If it closes 11 days from now and it's still $826, I made $5,000 on that. If I were to buy the one over here to call for $5,000 and it kind of goes up and down, and at the end of the day, it's still $826, I lose that whole $5,000. So you see the difference? That's why, to me, they just meant to sell, you know? 80%, I think it's 80% of all options expire worthless. That means if you sold it, you made all the money, right? So buying, there's a lot of success stories of buying. You know, a lot of people became millionaires. I mean, you can hit it out the park when you buy some calls and the stock goes the way you want. Oh, man. But you could also lose all your money. You could lose everything. Okay. That's with any kind of option for the most part, but the odds are greater, you know? So, wow, man. You just throwing some tickers at me, Trucker 202. I'm gonna have to write them down. Let me see. NGAFCEL. What else you got? NIO. What's up, Larry? BRB. Oh, you said you'll be right back. Yeah, I got it. You gotta have to teach me on the codes in it. Casual wealth. You said separate videos on different strategies will be key. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And I just kind of came on here to shoot the shit. I didn't think I was going to be doing like, you know, like explaining shit like that. But I don't mind. I don't mind though. But it can get deep. And that's one thing I know about my channel. When I'm learning is that I kind of talk over people's heads, because I guess the people that watch me is not as advanced as I am. And I think you know what I'm talking about, but I really got to break it down. So that's what I want to do. I want to become more, I want everybody to understand what I'm doing, you know, what we talking about here. You said, what's up, Larry? You said you pretend I have 2 zones, supply and demand. I'm at work, can't watch phones. I buy a call at a certain price, Then I want the price to come to my sell zone. Then I want a vertical. Meaning you want to sell, you want to buy the call, and then you want to sell that further out of the money call for the most part when it rises to kind of capture some of that profit. Supply and demand. I'm at work, can't watch phone. I buy a call at a certain price, and then I want my price to come to my sell zone. Then I want to I'm thinking, okay, so what are you saying? So I think you're basically saying, okay, I want to buy this 820 call. You know what? Let me get a stock on here with some reasonable option prices. FCEL. They don't have that many options here. All right, so you say you buy this 15 call at $300. We just call it $300. And then if it goes to say 17, you want to sell that say 17, right? And then that'll probably be about $300. And then for the most part, you'll be kind of locked in. Basically, you can't lose. And then but it turns into a vertical. If it goes higher, you can collect that $300. I think that's what you're talking about. That's kind of advanced. You're like legging into a call spread for the most part. That's the way to play it. It protects your gains. So if you guys don't know what he's talking about, and I think I got you, Larry. Let's go to the chart. Damn. All right, let's say he buys a call right here. He buys the 17. He buys it for $300. The stock price starts to kind of go up. You're making money. As soon as it goes up, you're starting to make money. All right, it goes up, and then he thinks it's gonna say right here, this resistance right here. He thinks it's gonna tag that. 19 is his target. Me personally, I might just get out of the call. But you could sell a call. You sell that 19. And then he might sell that for 300. So basically, he bought one for 300, sold one for 300. That means he can't lose. The trade is, if it all goes to hell, he owes nothing. He ain't gonna lose all his money. But if it were to keep going up, right, and just keep going up, he capped his gains at this 19 because he sold the 19, but he got $3 for doing that. He sold it. He sold the call. Right, so it'll be $3 here plus. Let me see. You got me doing too much math. 17. Too much math for me. I can't do it on the fly. But basically, he bought the 7. If you were to buy the 17 for $3, that means your break even is 20. So yeah, it's too much math. I need to paper. I can't do it. Can't do it on the fly, man. Making me nervous. Do you do cash secure puts? Yeah, because I traded my IRAs. By the way, trade first in your IRAs, especially your Roth, because when you make, I know you can't cash it out, but just tax-free gains for the most part. I mean, if you killing it, knocking it out the park, let's say you buy those Tesla calls and you made 20 grand on it. That's 20 grand tax-free, So trade in those accounts. And then that's why I have multiple accounts, because I'm trading an individual. I trade a Roth. I trade a traditional. The reason why I don't convert the traditional to the Roth is because I don't want to pay the taxes on it, right? So I just trade it. If it makes $1 million in it, I guess I owe taxes on $1 million. Because remember, a traditional IRA, you got to pay the taxes. You put the money in tax-free, and then any money you take out, you got to pay the taxes on. So, but you can convert it to a Roth, which any money you put in a Roth, you pay the taxes first. Anything you pull out is tax-free. So if you convert it, you have to pay the taxes on that money you convert. And I don't want to do that. So I just trade the traditional, I trade the Roth, I trade an individual. There's one more account. I got 2 individual accounts. Yeah, so that's what's up. Yeah. You said you're not that smart. All right, I guess I answered your question, but to me, let's talk about fuel cell right here. Let's clear this out. I'm looking at this, and I'm going to show you exactly why I like Thinkorswim. Okay, this is fuel cell. I'm looking at the hourly, right? And let's say I want to buy it when it breaks this resistance right here, and let's call that resistance 1650. All right. We'll call it 1650. And when that happens, I want to buy a call spread, meaning I want to buy the 17 and I'm going to sell the 20. So let's go do that, right? Let's go. I'm going to buy this 15, a vertical. Did I say? No, I said 17. Buy the 17, and then I'm going to sell the 20, right? So that's it. It's all right here. One trade. Buy 17, get rid of me, sell the 20. That'll cost you 76 cents. 76 cents times 100, $76, right? Remember, options, everything, you have to times it by 100 because 100 shares. That'll cost you $76. But I want to do that. I only want to do that. See, the stock's trading at 1584. I only want to do that if it's above 1650. So with Thinkorswim, you can come here, hit this little gear, and then you get all these other options right here. So you could say right here, when fuel cell is the mark, which is the mid price for the most part, is at or above 1650. And then you save it. Okay, so this trade is not going to trigger until the price is above 1650, and then boom, I'm into the 17. I buy the 17, I sell the 20, and you could do good to cancel right here, and then it's not going to happen, and it's going to be on every day until you cancel it. And when that price triggers that god damn it, 1650, you're in. All right, so this is a limit. Generally, you won't know what is trading at. So when you do that, you almost want a market order, but market orders are not the greatest. You can get screwed, especially in options. All right, so you'll say it's almost hard to know what the option will be trading at. That's why you almost got to kind of do a market order, which is like, give me any price. The liquidity is pretty decent in this, so you might get a good price. So let's just say it's a market order. All right, so now let's go limit, because I'm going to show you what the trade looks like. All right, so it's a limit order. And then we can analyze it, right? We can see what's going to happen here. And then basically, we paid $76 for that trade. So that's the most we could lose. The most we can lose is $76, right? And that's anything at below 17, because we bought the 17. This red mark right here is the break even, right? So that break even is 17.76, right? Because you pay $76. So basically, you own everything between 17 and 20, but it costs you $76. So you got to give away the first 76 points there, the 76 cents, and then everything else that you make. So basically, 224 is the most you can make. The most you could lose is $76. So it's actually not a bad trade. You could do that at home. You could do that while you're at work. You're seeing that, you're like, hey, I want in when it breaks that. You could set that trade up, set it good for cancel, set it and forget it. Done. So is that kind of how you want to trade? Is it Larry? Yeah. What do you got here? You said buy to open at 17, sell to close at 20. Is that the spread? Yeah, that's totally cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's the spread. And that's one trade. That's one trade. And it'll be 70. If you were to do that today, if it was open, it'll cost you approximately $76. Most likely you got to bump that up a little bit for the market makers to take the trade. So maybe $77, right? And but if that price goes up to our 1650, it's going to be more than that. So that's why you could say maybe, I don't know what the limit will be. I don't know. I don't know what the price will be. So you say just a market order, and hopefully you don't get screwed. That's the only reason why I don't really trade that way, because of market orders. I might kick myself out of a trade that way, right? So let's say I'm in the trade and I'm in it, and then I want to sell that same trade, right? And you can always click this gear and you can say, well, sell it when the fuel cell reaches 20, when it reaches my price. $20, then save it, and then it's going to sell you out when it reaches 20, and it'll do it automatically, right? So that's why I like Thinkorswim. It's not many platforms that you can do that with options. You can do that with stocks all day, hitting stop limits, trailing stops, stop orders, buy stops, but a lot of options, they don't give you that flexibility. So your alerts keep going off. Boss won't let me trade at work. Yeah, you got to go to the bathroom and get on your phone. Get on that phone. Anyway, so um, you guys, what is it? Trucker 202 talked about some stocks. So let's look at Neo. I got them right here. I wrote your stocks down. Neo, and I'm in this, by the way, with a long call. You see, I'm tracking it. Very disappointed right here. Thought we had the breakout. Thought we had it. We didn't. It came right back into the range, but it might bounce from here, right? It might have just checked back, closed the gap. That's the weekly. Let me go to show you the daily. See the breakout? Gap got filled, and then some. Maybe he's going to fill this gap right here. Let me clear all this out. Right? Maybe he's going to fill this gap right here and then bounce. All right. So I think it's ready for, we have to just keep an eye on it. But if it was a fake, it just, gosh, they sold it off quick. So I was very disappointed. I thought we had the breakout. I thought we had it. And came right back really quick. Then I like it when it holds. Usually stocks that go sideways and maybe drift out, that's a good sign of going higher. But I noticed with this market, like everything that breaks out is selling off hard back to the range. Everything, right? I mean, Nvidia did it. That's the stock that, let me go to Nvidia real quick. And here's the breakout right here. No, that ain't it. But you can see what happened here. Let's pull it all up. Let's look at it. Let's look at the last couple of weeks here. See the breakout and then sold right back off. Here it did the same. That's the daily. I'm gonna have to show you something smaller like the hourly. See the breakout and then came right back in. And it's like, I don't know. That's actually worrying me. It's making me, it's like the whole market, just nothing is being allowed to break out. People are taking them gains and they're just done. So just want to see it. We got to see it get out of this range, So there's sellers up here, and it's like in a lot of stocks. So we got to see what happens, right? That's Nvidia. So the same thing just happened to Neo, right? Sellers are up here. So I don't think it's going to just pop right back, right? It's going to be a fight going back up, right? So, got the wrong screen up. So what else did you want to talk about? I got it right here. NGA? I never heard of it. Hope it's not a penny stock. $33. Oh, it looks good on the hourly. Daily. Look at the volume. Actually, I like it. Northern Genesis. Oh, this is a SPAC. What's in the SPAC? What is it? Anyway, but I like it. Look, I like the way this volume is picking up right here. The daily, I don't know. See it, even though the candle's not showing, see it opened here, sold here, gapped up, sold down. So see, they selling it, and why? It's almost like this could be a top, a temporary top, but let's see what happens. They're selling it over here. And look at the volume too. So they keep selling it down. So we see what happens. But I like it. What's in it? He was doing A and B. Buy the 110, sell the 115 call. Was that a high for March? I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, you sold the you was going to buy the 110, 115 call. That's up here. You said for March? It's probably good because you did March. See what happens. You got earnings in there, and right here, when's earnings? It is January 26th. That's going to tell you something. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like trades like that when earnings are in the future. So I personally wouldn't put it on. I will wait till after earnings and then maybe put a trade on. Or if you just want to kind of gamble, you can put it on, because if they hit earnings and they don't like what they hear, it's could drop 10 points, 10, 15 points, whatever. So, and then these are going to almost become worthless right away. You're going to lose a lot of value on them out of the money options. So I kind of like to wait, kind of see, but AMD is going higher. If it does drop, that's a buying opportunity. That'll be definitely a buying opportunity. I don't know where it's going to be in March or whatever, but you can see just look here. We're looking at AMD and you can see the selling, right? Just like we've just been talking about. They popping up and they selling it off. This right here is good. This part, right? This part, right? Broke out of range, sold it back in, sold it back in. I love this. And it just can't break out for some reason. So, but like we discussed, that's every stock. Every stock, not everyone, but damn near every stock seems to be just struggling on the breakout, and they're bringing it right back into range. It's like any pop is being sold. So we see that differ. I think that's actually going to be the pattern, you know. EV for buses and okay, school bus. Okay, I'm gonna keep that one in mind. I'll have to look that one up. I actually like the way that chart looks. You got fuel cell, which we just had it on there. And I think I showed you on the hourly chart. Let's see what happens. You know, the moving averages crossed over. I'm looking at the hourly. I usually don't trade this low. I like looking at weeklies, right? And you can see the selling here as well. Clear that out. Right, look at that. I mean, it popped up, opened here at 1423. I see the move could be over when it's high as 2086, 2094 to be exact, and then they sold it back down. If the week was any longer, this might be a red bar, but it wound up closing at 1584. So this whole area is being sold. Right. Trying to draw it out. It's not letting me. Right. So I don't know. And I'm just noticing that these huge, I mean, look how fast they sold that off. This is one of them hot stocks. I'm just drawing some support and resistance. Here's some support, right here, right here. So actually, maybe I like it at 14. 14, yeah, about 1420 or so. See if it can bounce there. If it goes through that, then I definitely like it on this trend line, the upward trend line. And that's all the way at 13. So that's what's going on, how I feel with fuel cell. But that sell-off, man, they sold it hard. That's let me measure it out. That's 26%. That's huge. It's already in a bear market. Even though it's in an uptrend, for the most part, it just entered the bear market, So I don't know. I have to wait till it starts to uptrend again. But there's your supports and resistance, your supports. So go ahead and wait until see what happens when it hits there or that upward trending line. It seems like any pop, if let's say it would open up Tuesday, let's say it opened up, what is this thing, $1? Let's say it opens up $1. It seems like you would want to sell that and watch it sink back then. There'll be a selling opportunity. Earnings is coming on January 21st. So keep an eye on it. I don't know. Big swings. Where's that January 21st option? Anyway, they have a range on the next option, which expires 19 February. They say it's going to move $6.50 from now to then. So that puts it up basically at $21, basically at the high. So that's the expected move from Friday's close for the most part. GBR, I gotta get my glasses for that one. GBTC. Let's see what we got. And just looking at that, this looks like it wants to break. This looks like a hot mess. Grayscale, oh, this some kind of Bitcoin trust, or why is it? Look at these gaps are just ugly. Anyway, it just, for some reason, I'm looking at it. I guess the uptrend is intact, right? Draw it like that. But you got the high here, and then it tried to recover, and then it made a lower high. So something is telling me this thing wants to push through to a lower low. Stochastic is heading down. Let's see what right now is the point. Okay, right now what's the word I'm looking for? To do or die. You know what to trade against for the most part. You're right there for the most part. I would look at. There's a couple of ways to play it. If you want a tight stop, like you can play it below this candle or below that low. That's 38.14. So maybe like 38.10 and get out. You can like buy it now, get out 38.10. But if this is Bitcoin, because I'm hearing if it's a Bitcoin, if it trades based on Bitcoin or whatever, isn't this something you just want to buy and hold it? Or people trading Bitcoin? I thought everybody's like, buy Bitcoin and hold it forever, you know? So I don't know. But if you're going to trade it, I don't like the way that is. Look, it just gap down, gap up, and you see how they sold it hard again? It just seems like it wants to break, but it didn't yet, so it's all good. But if it breaks, I mean, it's like, so that's like the short entry, you know, even though I don't short. So be careful. But it could be a perfect buy point right now, you know, so there's your tight stop. If you want a bigger stop, you have actually a couple areas here. Here, you can see those lows right there, and then here. And I don't have my line on. Let's draw it again. There and there. You could kind of see those lows. So you have this low, then you have these sets of lows. That's 37, another $1 down, and then these sets of lows, another $2 down. So that's how I'm kind of looking at it. But it's actually, if overall, let's say you just want to get in it and hold it, you don't really care about, you know, yeah, it's a good time to get in. It's, you know, you're not buying highs. Anyway, but from $48 to where it's trading now, it's down 20%, you know, so you get a 20% discount off the highs. Hey, think about how these people feel, right? All the way up here. Think how they feel. They're already 20% in the hole. So you got to imagine, this is why I think it's going down. As it goes up there, these holders, they're gonna want to sell it, man. It was down 20%. If they put 1,000 in, they only got $800 left. Right? So as it goes up, they're gonna want some of that money back and probably get out. You know, so just kind of keep that in mind. It's something to keep in mind. Some people hold, some people trade. Okay. Yeah, see, I told you, exclamation. I don't know nothing about that Bitcoin. Oh, hey, I bought $20 worth. I own $20 worth of Bitcoin. I did it this morning, actually. So let's see. And I'll just kind of keep an eye on it. You know, maybe I'll keep adding to it, build up a slow position. I ain't put that, you know, that's not any significant money. I would have probably blew that in fast food or something. So see what happens, you know. Maybe I can slowly contribute maybe $20 a week or 50, you know, whatever number I come up with. Alibaba. I was watching someone's video that really liked Alibaba. I think I made a comment. Can't remember what the comment was. You can see, just like the last stock, this is, can I get rid of this? Hold on a minute. I don't really like the equities. Get rid of all that stuff down there. You see it's right on trend. It's actually a perfect time to get in, right? But the stuff that's I don't know. You know, I don't, maybe because I always say don't listen to the news, you know? Something about Alibaba that's just making me go, I don't know. Anyway, but see, it broke that up, the downtrend, right? So now you might have something here. It did break the downtrend and it's holding on. See how it's going sideways? It didn't give it back. Like, we just watched a whole bunch of stocks to where they gave it back, right? It break out and then it comes straight down. This one is actually holding. You can see they tried to sell it down, but it wasn't happening. So it's actually being held up. So that's pretty good. So yeah, I actually do like it. I do like it here, but I don't know. Something about me makes me worry. But and then you also got the support of the main trend line. So you could stop out below this candle's low, right? And that's 211.23. Where we at now? 243. So up the downtrend kind of broken. So you see it ever so slightly. And you got a low to trade against. If it goes lower than that, look out, because you still got the high, like low, higher, high, lower high, lower low, still got a lower high. And until even though we broke that uptrend, the downtrend pattern, you still got that in effect. And that's the definition of a downtrend, lower highs and lower lows. So to be a believer, you want to see it put in a higher high somewhere, and then you'll be like, oh, okay. Here, and I'll say maybe above that candle, here looks like major resistance. And let's see if it can break that, right? See if it gets in there. And that's area, by the way. When you do support and resistance, it's never really an exact area. It can be, depending on how the stock was trading. But we're going to say, right, anywhere in that range, okay? It should be met with some selling. And let's see what happens. But yeah, this is a good time to get in. I mean, Baba's a killer. They just having problems with China. So, but as far as revenue and all that stuff, man, they fire, so people just gave up. Yeah, maybe the delisting. I mean, are they going to come back and delist this thing off the US? Jack Ma missing, even though they say he's okay. What's going on with that? And therefore, that's why the sell off, You said $20 on hot sauce. Yeah, I would spend $20 on some hot sauce. Oh man. But yeah, it's a start, right? That's a start. So, and by the way, the $20, I can track it, right? And I can kind of see the movement, see what's happening, see how much I lost to say, hey, if I want to put on more. So it's just a little start. It was nothing. So I kind of look at it like, okay. AMD, I'm just looking to see if I missed something because I'm about to end this video because I don't have anything else to talk about. I'm just going back on the comments, checking it out. I appreciate everybody coming in, checking in with me. I think we reached up to 11 or 12. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Generally, I get about, man, I entertain like 5 people. I'd be like, why ain't nobody watching? Hey, by the way, the sauce, man, the secret sauce video. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. And if you in here and if you're new, like, subscribe, do all of that. Here's my channel. The secret sauce, right? This is what's going to make you a lot of money. And look remember I forgot who I was telling, 31 views. Really? Now I don't really get a lot of people watching me. They should. But 31 views, that's how to trade. That's how to make money. This is the stuff that people be paying for. Right there. Dropped it for free. Right? Dropped it for free. So everyone should check this video out. Check it out. But when the reason why I don't put videos out like that, because they don't watch it. Look, they want to see that I'm talking about the hot stock. See, that's only 49 views. I don't get. I feel I should be getting more views. Add that to the queue. Get that out of here. Close. Anyway, you get the point. Bring that back. Check that video out, man. I'm telling you, some good stuff. There's some good stuff I dropped. I'm sitting here drinking soda. I lost my there we go. Yeah, this thing's got it's like drinking real fruit. It's got like 5 grams of. It's supposed to be like 12 and a half strawberries, 1 banana, 3/4 pear, 1 apple. All in here. I find that hard to believe, but it's not bad. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. Yeah, check out the secret sauce, man. I might take that video down. I'm serious. And it's funny you said hot sauce. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, damn, y'all said all those comments? Okay, I gotta go back. All right, the video's not over yet. You said $20 on hot sauce, and then I'm thinking secret sauce, and then dropped the video on it. You said, can I analyze QS? What's DXY? The dollar? QS Quantum Scape. What did I hear about this company? I don't like it. I'm just looking at it. I'm looking at the 4-hour. You know, it's coming down. It came down, gap down. It didn't even fill the gap. And it's just kind of like, just hanging on, looking like just waiting to break lower. You know, so if it meant it, here's another one of those examples, by the way. See the gap up and see how they sold it right off. And generally, you know, that's a sign of just nobody wants it. Like, this is fake. And then what happened after they sold it right back down? It gapped down. And I think there's problem. I can't remember. There's some kind of problems or something, right? So it came up. It did not fill the gap. Let me just zoom this in so y'all can see. It did not fill the gap. And it came down again hard. Sellers, that's right. And when it just comes, boom. And then now it's sideways. And look, no one's interested at this price. They're just not interested there. And this makes me think it wants to go lower. Let's have it show us something. Meaning let's get a recent high. Let's get a higher high somewhere. I don't see that. Right? I see a little higher lows, slightly, ever so slightly, but there's no higher high. Let's see if it can get a higher high. And then I think it'll kind of be something to look at. Yeah, it just looks broken, by the way. I mean, stocks generally that go from 132 to 53, down 60%, generally they just don't recover like that. Generally, it's like, it might go down more, right? So yeah, they generally don't recover. But I guess it's a good entry. If you really believe in the company, you must own it. You're getting a 60% discount. You could trade against that low if you want, right? This low right here. And then you can say, all right, I'm gonna get out. If it breaks that low, I'm gonna get out. Because if it breaks that low, you know we're going lower. Look at these gaps. I mean, I guess, yeah, if it breaks that low, man, I want to say, yeah, it's probably got to go here. Here? Maybe here. Maybe here. Or does it hit that low right there? So somewhere in that area, if it breaks that. So that's another long ways down, man. That's another 48%. So yeah, just be careful with that one. DXY, isn't that the dollar futures, the dollar futures? How about we look at, I'm not getting a chart on it. How about we look at the UUP? Isn't that the dollar ETF or something? And you can see what's happening in the downtrend. Well, it looks like it's trying to get off the low, but it's still in a downtrend. I could say that, so this could be a bounce like this, right? Let's zoom in right here. Let's look at this because it's really doing nothing that it's been doing. It's not doing anything that it wasn't doing before in the past. So you see how it comes down and it's like, looks like it wants to come alive down. Look, this looks almost believable, but it wasn't. Came down and it's kind of maybe doing the same thing again. No volume. Notice the volume is really not there as it's trying to come off the floor. So that makes me suspect, right? I want to see some kind of volume or something, but it's a little bit when I look like that, but I don't know. Let's see it break that trend line. It's got to do something, right? Something different, and different will be breaking that trend line. Maybe we could say here, can it break this area of resistance right here? Come on, man, draw. right? Which notice that will be right there with the downward sloping trend line. And then you got the horizontal resistance right there, right? If you could get through that area, then maybe we talking, right? The dollar. So that's that. Trucker Tool bought 100 of Bitcoin 5 years ago. Check my Coinbase account, $600. Nice. You bought it at the low then, didn't you? When it went down 4,000 after the crash. Nice. I gotta admit, after the see, I was not really educated on it like that. But after the crash, I just thought, man, it's over. All that crypto's done. Just didn't hold up. It was going, it almost really kind of started when it started to crash. I was like, I think the stock market's gonna crash. And sure enough, I wouldn't say it's crashed, but it started down. It was a serious downtrend. It started about 2, 3, 4 weeks later or something like that. Kind of led the market down, and then I think they both stabilized at the same time. I'm just going off of memory. Dollar going down. By the way, dollar's going down. I was looking at McDonald's. Think of these multinational type companies. I don't know, McDonald's, Cat, any company that has a lot of shit overseas. That's PepsiCo. Let's say Microsoft, maybe Honeywell. Only because they convert their dollars and it'd be like huge earnings or something. They bring the dollars in and convert them, and then it's like you have more money. It's kind of weird, but it works out something like that. So when the dollar is actually weak, just think of multinational type companies to buy. Dollar going down, it's strong now, but it's only been strong. Well, see, I can't pull up the dollar. I don't know how to pull it. It's having a little bounce, but just be careful. It's just not doing nothing that it's been doing in the past, so anyway, doing nothing different yet. And hopefully this is a good chart. Maybe I'm using the wrong chart. I'm just looking at the big pictures, the monthly. Let's see what happens. We'll have volume right there on this whole downturn. PND, Larry? Well, I guess I got the wrong. Oh, pump and dump. Gotcha. You said, now I want to see car videos. Drinking healthy too. I got some apple crown on the rocks. All right. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. Great tip, multinational corporations. Yeah, that's where you want to be. And you'll see when their earnings kind of pop up. Watch the money that they be making. Now, the other way around, when the dollar's popping, those companies, when they bring their money back and convert them to US dollars, it's like they lose money. They're taking the weak, they got to buy a higher thing. It's the conversion rate and whatever. So, yeah, that's what I kind of learned. Apple, by the way, is a company that will kind of benefit from a weak dollar. Apple looks bullish. I don't know. I wonder if Apple's going to become the next Tesla. Look how you got, this is just me looking at it, right? When I pull up charts, by the way, I just like to get a look. Just find the pattern because it's happening. It's happening. Can you see what's happening here? I'll help you. And this is why I look at long-term charts, right? What happens after that? Goes up. Same thing. This is the same move. Just happened a little faster here. Went up. Same move again. Same move. Okay, so from this low, From this low to this high, 123%. Man, that happened in a year too. It's unbelievable. From this low to this high, 158%. Wow. Let's bring it down. Can it happen? It looks like it has some more sideways action to do because each of these times the moving average was right there. But notice how the moving average is coming in. Almost like maybe Apple will come down a little bit or just go sideways a little bit more. But once it does, will we get another 125 to 150% move? And let's say that might bring it up to here about 225. So keep that in mind. It actually looks good. If you go back, and it's funny because Apple had this iPhone thing way back here. So they split it. So it makes my chart looks like shit. It looks like they wasn't making any money way back here. But from what is it, 2005 was the iPhone? Somewhere around this area. And it's for the most part, it hasn't been doing much. Buying Apple was like buying a bond, and then right in here, I don't know what happened. You Apple people know what happened in 2011. And somewhere in this area, it got a little traction. And then all of a sudden, you could see the move starting. And then right here, the ballistic move. And it's funny because I think Warren Buffett, when did he get in? He got in somewhere around here, I think. And all of a sudden, I remember his purchase, he timed it right. I thought he was getting in at a high, but he got in a nice little area. He got a nice little area. But so, yeah, that's what I see. That's what I'm seeing right now. It's the same thing. You could even come back to here and just highlight all these little areas, right? But here's another one, but I remove that drawing. I'm just drawing right. And look how they perfectly spaced apart, right? So, yeah, Apple on a breakout. Let's call it on a breakout or on the low. Like let's say it gets down here and you just want to own Apple. This would be a great place to get in. That 100, 110, right? That 110 area. That'll be great. It'll be right there at the moving average and at the low. Matter of fact, I need to keep that in mind. I'm going to set an alert right about here. I lost my thing. I'm going to say buy Apple at or below. There. That's my girl trying to hit me up. Oh, okay. She's not watching. She has to work. SBE, is that switchback energy? Something? Yeah, switchback energy. Not enough data. But just like we just got done talking about, what I don't like right here, that. I don't like this area, okay? That's the first lower high, excuse me. So what's happening now? What's going to happen now? Right? That's a caution. It's a caution. And everything was higher. Now it couldn't go higher for some whatever reason. Doesn't mean it's going lower. Just, there's something to keep an eye out because we still got the higher lows intact. So let's see what happens. Let's see where the low is. But you look at the weekly and same thing. You see the sellers here? You see these stems? So what's going on? I'm telling you, it's like every stock wants to break out and it doesn't. It gets sold off hard. The one thing about this sell-off I'm looking at is there's no volume. It's like this was almost a good. That's good. I mean, they sold. Nobody believes that's a fake sell-off right there, right? Volume is truth, by the way. You want to know something is real? Just look down at the volume, and then I'll tell you if it's real. Okay, so think of it like that. Volume being truth. Hey, man, these guys sold it off hard. Was that real? There's no volume. Nah, it's fake, right? So when it pops, right? Hey, like this, was that real? Yeah, look at the volume, right? Look how the volume spiked compared. It was the highest volume day ever. And then look what happened to the stock, right? So as the stock goes up, you see the volume fade now. people's not getting interested. It's on at 40, 50. Okay, people's leaving the crowd. No volume. Doesn't mean there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually a good thing, because when it goes up and holds and pauses, is you want volume to actually come in, right? If volume is kind of high at those tops and it's kind of not, it's almost where you want to sell it. So you want it to kind of come in and just waiting for its next. It's just resting, right? It's just resting. So but this day, that was a serious day. That a week, by the way, and there was hardly no volume, man. It's weak. So yeah, it's something to keep an eye out. Overall, I like it. Let's put it that way. I do like it. But it could go lower temporarily, not forever. So let's just keep an eye on it. And what else did you say? Oh, thank you, babes. See that? She's checking me out. She is checking me out. She said, looking handsome. Oh man. Anyway, so that's that's switchback energy acquisition, a SPAC. He's got, with all the SPACs coming in, it makes me feel the market's toppy. It just reminds me of .com days. And I just think that it could be reaching, it could mean something, right? What does it mean? What does it mean with all these companies, the SPACs? What does it mean? Is that a good thing? Or is it a bad thing? It makes me think it's more of a bad thing, because it's starting to happen towards the top of the market. Like, we done ran so much, and all of a sudden the SPACs out of nowhere. Maybe it means something. So I don't know. Could be the top. I'm not saying that it's the top and we got to go down 20, 30%. I don't know. I don't know how much we go down. But one day, I do know this. One day it will be. It's going to be, let's clear all this out. Damn. One day just may be huge. I don't know. See how we made, I don't know, this is weird charting, but then it's like here. Yeah. It's just getting so steep, so toppy. That's the SPX. Yeah, when you look at the Qs, when I'm looking at it right now, clear this out. I don't want to clear everything out, which I just did. Let me zoom in on that. See how we have this area here? Kind of, it's almost just like Apple. Draw these. This actually just looks like it's getting ready to hit the accelerator again to me and go higher. Doesn't look like it really wants to pull back. We're just like, oh man, it ran too fast. Maybe it'll run it. I don't know. But so you got that move, and we could do the measurements again. I'm gonna do it from that low to that. It's high, somewhere around the 60%. Well, that low is really low. I'll go in the middle to that high, 73%. So do we get another 70 or so percent going up? I tell you right now, it looks that way. It looks that way on this monthly. I know it's steep, and we go, oh my gosh, we're just going too far, too fast. But maybe technology is moving that way. Maybe that's just the new way now. Everybody's using their heads. They thinking, how they never thought before, because COVID made them think that way, right? So they're thinking, this technology. We need technology for everything, because when people don't go outside or go to the store or got to stay home, we need the technology to connect to these people so we can sell to them and communicate with them. And to do all of that, you need technology. You need more technology, right? So more technology brings out more companies. Maybe that's where the SPACs are coming from. I don't know. What's going on, Rags? Appreciate you, man. I'm getting ready to wind it down. But The replay would be there for you. What's going on, man? You said you agree the market is frothy. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. But we've been saying that forever, right? So I almost like, you know what? I can't even look back no more. The people that were saying frothy, they holding to the side. They haven't been making any. Excuse me, they haven't been making any money, and maybe that's where some of the FOMO is coming in because we start to accelerate way faster than anyone could imagine, and you're really losing, getting caught up behind the averages. So you gotta just get in FOMO. Remember, they saying there's still billions. There's billions, basically a lot of money on the sidelines. So can you imagine if we just start taking off again? This money still got to come in. We got this stimulus where everybody's going to get this 1,200, whatever, 1,200 plus. Family of four. It's a family of four, 4,800. I don't know how much the kids are getting, but it's going to be a lot of money the families are going to get. And with the market ripping and people seeing everybody becoming millionaires overnight with Tesla or whatever, it seems like there'll even be more of a surge into the stock market than it was before the first time, because they're going to help, man, this is it. This is what I need to trade. This is what I need to be like everyone else. So maybe it's even FOMO to trade. You know, I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas. But maybe it's just a pause. So I think we're pausing that whole sell-off lately, last couple of days or so, for inauguration, and see what happens. Got a volume kicked up. See some of the selling, but yet we still kind of at highs for the most part. It's holding. I always say things that hold go higher. I don't know. Like things when it don't want to hold, you get this move. You get that. Just sell off right there. Goes up, see it helps, it'll just give it up. Here, see how it just here, this area right here, and see how it didn't hold and it just gives it up. Well, it's not giving it up yet. So it makes me think, oh, it's not going down. The volume kind of stepped up. Look at this volume selling. They sold it up, so bought it up. So maybe it's just gonna go higher then. If it's not going lower, then it's got to be going higher. That's my little thinking. No, because sales are quick, they fast, right? They happen really, but when it doesn't happen, I think it just pauses. That's why I love pauses. I love consolidation areas. You said last one, but you threw out two. What's up with that? BFT, PSTH, BFT. I don't mind. I ain't doing nothing. That's why I'm live. BFT. Yeah, I like the way that looks. But once again, lower, high, you know, so just to kind of keep an eye on that. So where's the volume too? What is this? Folly, another SPAC. Wow, you know these SPACs. Never heard of them. This one doesn't really have volume. So this one, yeah. Maybe I just don't have enough data. This one makes me a little nervous for whatever reason. Like right over here, why did it go from there to there, which was down 20%? So I can't really. I said that this is a lower high, but not quite. It's still. Let's see what happens. And this might pop up. So that's a daily. Wait a minute. Yeah, let's just see. It's a little too early. I don't think I have enough data. But see how the volume is just right? Looking at this weekly, right? It popped, but then all of a sudden no one's interested. So I don't know. Remember I said look at volume for truth. So we kind of moving up. But then when I look down, it's like fake. fake. You know, so that kind of worries me. I would like to kind of see some volume being pumped up in there a little bit more, especially, you know, so that's that one. PSTH. Pershing Square. Oh, this is was it Bill Ackman's fund. Is that, what is this? His SPAC or something? Tone, I don't know what this is, but he's the Persian Square dude, isn't he? Looks great. Now, just like the last chart, this is perfect example. I'm glad you're showing this back to back. So I got that one. Where's BFT? BFT. See, look at that volume. See how it's coming down, up, but it's down. And then when we pull up PSTH, look how the up volumes go up. See that? People's excited, man. They liking it, right? And so it's going up. Let's look down the volume for truth. Oh, man, it's for real. You know, so it's really like kind of like that. And that's really the basics of reading volume. You know, picture someone selling something, right? Picture me selling this bottle, and picture two of me. All right, there's two of us. I'm selling this bottle. Let me see, and I'm selling it for $5. I'm in a flea market, okay, and I'm selling it for $5, and I got a huge crowd around me, right? And people's like, oh yeah, oh, give me one of those. And dude over here, he's selling this pen. He's got a crowd, but it's not as big as my crowd. And he's got a good deal. I don't know, he's selling it for $3. It's like, there's no excitement, right? Nobody cares about his pen. He don't even got a crowd to sell it to, right? But I got the big crowd, right? Because they like my deal. They want this, and I could probably buy it from him and sell it to the guy standing next to me and sell it to him for more money because people's excited. You know what I mean? And so think of it kind of like that. And then you got the guy selling something, and yeah, he's doing all right, but dude, there's nobody buying your pens really, you know, not as much as they buying my juice. So volume, that's volume. Does everybody understand volume now? That's how I kind of learned it basically. And sure enough, it works. It works. And it's one of the reasons also I kind of don't like penny stocks, because I think volume can be manipulated, you know. So I like the bigger stocks where you just can't really manipulate it like that, like a Microsoft or the Googles and the Amazons. Of course, those big hedge funds they can attempt to, but if all goes wrong, they're gonna lose a lot of money. Supposed to merge with Strike, CrowdStrike. Which one? PTSH. This one. So I don't know. Okay, I don't know. CR. I think when you say strike, I think you mean CrowdStrike. Oh, that's beautiful. I like CrowdStrike. That's perfect. That's the weekly. But, you know, I don't think it's anything to worry about, but there's that selling again, right? Just don't want to break out. You see, here's the range. Dang, y'all not even looking at the thing. Okay, so let me start all over. Here's CrowdStrike. Like I said, here, I'll do it again. Let me clear all this out. Oh, look, CrowdStrike, I like it. It's beautiful. See? Okay. See the selling? See, it broke out of the range and they sold it off. Right? Sold it off right back into the range, almost like a fake breakout. So I'm seeing this on damn near every chart. And to tell you the truth, I don't know what to think of it. It could be the start of something, you know? But I just got that in mind. But here's there's a good 3 weeks for the most part, 3.5 weeks or so of being in range, and it tried to break out of there, and they brought it right back in range with the quickness. So let's look at the 1 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour, and you can see it right there. Kind of broke out, and then came right back in. So, but I like CrowdStrike. I like it a lot. This looks like this is actually one of the better charts that I pulled up today. Jamal, what's up, man? What do you think about SRPT? Bring it up. Oh, geez. I don't like it, man. When stocks do this ugly, this is broken. You know, I never really see these recover. I imagine this is in the biotech area. By the way, I like biotech stocks as a whole. Yeah, I remember getting burnt on its stock's doing well now. What the hell is his name? Damn, I can't even think of his name. I got burnt several. I don't know. I don't play these because I get burnt because when they have this test come out or whatever, and you just never know. What are they when they test things and you got the different drug approvals or whatever? You get moves like this, and they don't usually turn out. I mean, that thing's down 54%. Something happened and it lost. The company lost half its value in a week. To me, that's something that just you can't invest in personally. Think of all the bag holders as well. So let's highlight who's holding the bag here. All right, let's go to the monthly. This is the monthly chart. Who's holding the bag? Who got burnt? Come on, draw. There we go. All these people, man. Anyone that bought it in here, which is the last from 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, for the last 4 years, none of them made money unless they sold it. None of them. So they bag holders, all right? So they're thinking about selling. They're like, oh, shit, 20% off. If I could just get a higher price so I could sell it, right? So they're thinking about selling, or they're going to just sell it when the market opens again, okay? So, and just take the loss. So that's why it's hard for these kind of drops to come back. I noticed with this thing just has serious volatility. It happened here, and it did come back. So investigate this drop. Let me clear that out. And then maybe this can tell you the answer, because I don't know too much about this stock. Investigate this drop. What happened here to make it come back? What happened? Because maybe it's the same thing. The one thing I do know is when I look at this monthly, this is a volatile stock, man. Overall, if you were to group this together, remember I was just doing who's holding the bag. It's like a game. Who's holding the bag? This is almost like a super volatile bull flag. I know it sounds crazy, right? So it's going up, right? Here's your pole, and here's the flag, and it'll break out of this area. But so maybe. I mean, if let's put all right. I don't personally like stocks like this, but let's play it against this low right here, I guess. And that's still a ways down. If it breaks that low, get out. Or you could do the low of this candle. You could do the low of this candle, but that's the ultimate low, right? That's the low of the last 5 years or whatever. If it breaks that low, I doubt it's recovering. So, very volatile. But I've been playing. I got long call spreads, I got leaps on the IBB, call spreads. Look at that breakout. The biotech is working. Now, it can't take you don't want to be in the wrong biotech like that one. This, though, as an index as a whole, the group is working. So, yeah, you see that breakout? They did not sell this off either. Like we've been seeing. They tried to right there. See it? No? And it came right back. So I'm in the IBB. And the IBB, let me tell you something. The IBB can run. It could run just like it did here, right? It went from from about 40 to 125. That's up 350%. Generally, on a pattern like this is multi-year, so it makes it huge, right? We should get, I hate the steepness of it, but we should get a move that kind of brings it, the same kind of action going up again. I'm trying to draw. I can't draw out the chart, but we should get a nice move. It might come back to check the top of the range, but we should really get a nice move. Biotech has been hot, and this is the way I would play it. You also got the XBI. Let's take a look at the XBI. So there's two, IBB and XBI. Look at the XBI. Wow. Right, so that one's definitely holding the better stocks. But look at the breakout, multi-year breakout of the range, and it's off to the races. This one almost scares me. I mean, this one is up as an index. This one is up 50% in half a year. I guess under the circumstances, that's not bad. The way some stocks has been moving, but Yeah, that's the way I would play it. It's scary to play in any individual one because any individual one could lose its everything or at least 50% of your money in a day. You wake up and bad news, boom, these things drop 50%. They just do. I don't know. It's like sell first, ask questions later. So that's me. Oh, what do you think about sorry strip, no stripe? I don't know what y'all talking about. Fintech I like. I almost think it's overheated though. I like PayPal's chart. I think it's this square. Square, you can see the selling coming in. Doesn't mean I don't like it. I don't know all the fintech plays. So all I know is really Square and PayPal and whatever. I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, PayPal has a very nice chart. So I like PayPal over Square. Matter of fact, I think I sold my Square up by PayPal. But yeah, the selling, let's go to the days, the minutes or whatever. No, that's hours. I can't really see it here. Hold on. Okay, that's the weekly. The monthly. Yeah, they've just been selling it above this range. Let me draw it. Then go back to the weekly, the daily. Yeah, it breaks out of there and this comes in. But I like it. I mean, it's still good. But we'll see what happens. These guys are about to come into earnings. Yeah, Bitcoin running and they doing the Bitcoin thing. We saw it. That's what got Square popping. So let's see what now that Bitcoin's down near $40,000 and there's a lot of excitement out there. What's going to happen when these guys report earnings? But PayPal looks real good. Okay. PSTH merger with Stripe. Gotcha. Stripe. I used to have Stripe for my photography business. A lot of people, there's a lot of excitement about Stripe, and I'm just talking off the top of the dome, my personal experience. I don't know anybody using it though, really like that. So I don't know. It just seems like it's either Square or PayPal to me, So I don't know. Is Stripe going to jump into business and is this something I'm missing? But yeah, I heard of Stripe. I was using Stripe years ago with photography. So that's how I sold my packages. I had Stripe and, they go in, pay Visa, MasterCard or whatever. And I log into Stripe, get my money back, it was like PayPal for the most part, but it was Stripe. So, I don't know. This seems weird. It just seems like, can they be like, to me, it don't seem like there's room for everybody. And I'm going to give you an example. Over all these years, for the most part, everyone watching me for as long as you've been alive, how many credit cards are there? Visa, MasterCard. Why ain't there any more credit cards? If you want to go ahead and count American Express and Discover, we can. But damn near everyone takes Visa and MasterCard, and you might go somewhere with a Discover card and they don't take it. You might go somewhere American Express, they don't take it. But everyone's taking a Visa and MasterCard. But so let's say out of the decades, there's only 4 major credit cards. So how many fintech companies are they really going to be? We got the SoFi. SoFi, by the way, I think it's unique because it's like a bank. It's actually a true bank. So I think that's a little different than the PayPal's and the Square. And that's a SPAC. I don't know how to bring it up though. Yeah. So just kind of think all these years, there was only room for 4 credit cards and really only 2 of them are major. Super major. I know Amex is big. I know the others are big, but super, super, super major. Right? So now how many fintechs are there going to be, Just a thought. Oh man. What are you getting into next week? Man, nothing. I'm just watching this NVIDIA because I'm watching this to make sure it doesn't break, else I might have to bail. Because you see, just like I think it's going to be a powerful rally on top, if it breaks down, it'll be a powerful sell-off as well. Anytime something is consolidating like that, it's pressure. It's like a steam cooker. Okay. Zoom in. It's like it's pressure. It's a volatility squeeze for almost all that volatility is being squeezed, pressured in there. I'm trying to show you, but squeezed, right? So when it pops, like if you would open a lid on a pressure cooker, it's gonna blow. It's gonna blow your face off, right? You don't want to do that. It's too much pressure. So when this thing comes out or breaks down, it's gonna run. And the same with Amazon. And that's the one thing that's bothering me about tech, because it's gonna go one way or the other, and it's going to go hard. It's not going to be a slow rise. It's going to go hard. Now, if it goes hard to the downside, the market is coming down, right? So all the things, these concern me. You see Facebook's trying to break down already, right? Let me pull up Netflix. Netflix, not bad. Actually, that's not bad. You've seen what happened to Twitter, the social media one. Look at the gap down, right? And to me, it's going lower. Remember, I told you about Twitter. I like it, but I said it's a heartbreaker. And see, it's breaking your heart. Even though this is Twitter, it's really nothing to be alarmed at, because that's what Twitter does. This is how Twitter trades. It just does that, right? It just has these steep declines. And this is why looking at a stock's pattern over history is so critical, because it does the same exact things. If you buy a stock, you want to see what your portfolio is going to look like, just look at the past. Just look at the history of it. And then that's exactly what your portfolio is going to look like. Okay. So you put $10 in it, $10. You put $100 in it. You're going to have these ups and downs. These sell-offs in Twitter, they're huge. So this is typical. But you know what? What's different? What happens all the time? They buy it back up. This time could be different, though, because of that whole capital stuff. It really showed America what these social media companies can do, what they're made of, how people, I don't know, they could be changed. And that's why Facebook's taking it on the chin. Yeah, it's going to have great earnings, but are they going to break this company up, you know? So, and Google, so same thing. I like Google. Google has the best chart, right? See, that's perfect, man. This little site, yeah, I like Google. Like it a lot. I was in it heavy, but I kind of got out because it's expensive to be in Google heavy. This is a 18,000. We don't need to be going to 1840 to 1722. That's big, man. It's only 5%, but that's holding options and these kind of stocks, man, is huge. Those are huge moves for options. So I like it though, but they're going sideways. So they're gonna break one way or the other. And if it breaks the upside, which I still think they do, and I think that's gonna run with the market. Maybe everybody jumps back in them, but if it breaks the downside, I think they have the potential to bring the whole market down. So that's what I'm looking. I'm just gonna be looking for the most part. Looking and kind of tracking that stock as well. Right the balance on power. Are you talking about the volatility squeeze, basically, if it breaks up or down? Yeah. So you need members only. I need a members only Facebook and YouTube. I don't be on Facebook like that. I have a Facebook page, but I don't even use it really. And I don't know, man. I don't even get the views on YouTube. I'm glad you guys are here, all 6 of you. One of them is my girlfriend, so all 5 of you. Oh, man. You said, Cashmatic, you said, why didn't you play SMH? I don't know. I guess, yeah, maybe that's why. Straight up move. If you remember, I did that video with the yearly charts. And do I have it here? I have my year set up. Here it is. Is that it? I don't want to do it here because I'll mess it up. Time frame, intraday. I'll mess it up. Daily. Here it is, a year. Right? That's SMH. That looks good. It looks good. Okay, this is yearly bars. Right? So we just look, every bar paints a year. Nothing wrong with SMH. Looks good. I don't know why I played. That looks good for the year. NVIDIA, I like that. I like this consolidation, that big body candle breakout. I just think we get more of these candles. More. Right? I'm trying to clear all that out. That's why I think we get more of these. It was consolidated. The thing wasn't doing nothing. A little up, little excitement, sideways, and then boom, the breakout. I just think we get another 2 or 3 of those. I swear. Right? So we look at SMH, we compare it to SMH. This one's just nice and steady. It's all good. But just liking that yearly. And I'll pull these up every so often, specifically at the end of the year to see what it looks like. Did a video on this whole thing. You can see how AMD, see how when it finally broke out, like see big, bigger. I think this candle is going to be big too. So AMD looks good too, but you see how it just breaks out of that base, right? And then big, it just goes. Go back to NVIDIA, right? So it's breaking out. That's the first bar. That's bar number 1. Now, of course, this is the year. It just started in January. So bar number 2 has got to form. So this is going to be bar number 2. And I think it's going to be just as big as this bar. It might be a 400-point move for the year or something like that. All right. Go back to AMD. You can see what happened there to AMD. Let's do Taiwan Semi. See, Taiwan Semi is nice. It's the most smoother. But I think you even get some more action. You can see it's just kind of going then straight up for the most part. So that's why I like it. And it's like the bar that it printed. That's solely on that. There's actually, solely on that for the most part. Now, how do I go back to my normal charts? That's why I didn't want to do it. Let's see, customize. Oh, I know, just kind of hit this. Yeah, bring out the monthly. Look how the monthly just looks just like crazy, but we looked at the yearly and it actually looked pretty good, right? And that's why also you want to look at these stocks and pull up all time frames, as much time frames as you can. I like sticking with the long ones. I like weekly, monthly, and look, you see me pull up yearly. How many YouTubers that y'all watch or whatever pulls up a yearly chart with each bar, each candlesticks represents 1 year? Not many, probably none. So the easier way, and especially for the new traders, the people who just want to ride the trend. Got my toilet running. I don't know if it's here. Just if you want to ride the trend, what am I thinking of? I'm done lost for words. Oh, to see the trend really good, pull up them yearlies. You'll be like, oh yeah, look at this. So you might get bad price entry. You're looking at these dailies and, especially anything below that. Like, I'll look at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart's a fave of mine. Generally, I don't go below that though. You can see it just gets more choppier. Chart, that's the daily. 15-minute. Look at that. That tells you something. Look at that. See the buy, and they just sold it right off. That whole move gone. And still some left. The gap didn't close the gap. I almost think it will. That's what's been happening. That's the 15-minute. But we don't know. By looking at this, we don't know. It looks bearish. I don't know, but you'll be like, damn, why'd they sell it off? Right? They sold it off damn near on as much volume as it took to go up. So yeah, so I like looking at long-term charts, right? That's me. But we know looking at this Taiwan semi long-term, it's good to go. right? So any pullback, if it pulls back, you want to buy it, right? So that's that. What else we got? Only daily or weekly. No body or nobody on the calendar. What's the top 3 indicators? Volume and the slow stochastic. So I only have 2. If I was forced to throw a third one in there, it would be the MACD. Yeah. But you know what? You almost get the same. You know what? Actually, I got a secret one, but you're looking at it. And that's the crossovers. I like the 9 and the 20. I got 2 moving averages on my screen. You notice it kind of helps me look at trend, right? And one good way just to trade off the top of the head is, when the slow crosses the fast, buy. So right here is the buy point, right? You see it crossed over. You'll be faked out. Here was a sell. Here was the buy, right? So look at that was perfect, right? And notice the weekly. You'll get faked out with this kind of thing on the daily. I mean, you'd be faked out left and right. Weekly, right? So or longer, right? So that would have got you in perfectly. You would have got out here. You would have got back in here. You would still be in. You would have still be in. You would have been in for that whole move. So I like that, right? I like that. I like the slow stochastic tells me to get in as well, but it tells me specifically when something is oversold. So here, right? See that bottom? And look at that, man. It's just perfect. Once it starts to go back up from being down here, that's always a buy. This is almost fail safe. Here, see it happens, come straight up. Not a big move. So that's why I keep these are my 2 favorites. So I guess I'm using 2 right now. Well, 3 if you count volume. And then if I were to throw another one in there, it would be the MACD. And I tried a lot of them, man. I can't even remember the names of them. But if you come to the studies and you look at these damn studies, your mind will go crazy looking at all of these secret sauces, these holy grails of trading, all of them, because they're all going to tell you exactly when to get in and get out. It's unlimited. Look, it's even different drop downs from that. You think, oh, that's the source code. Stocks, commodities, and you got all of that. And volatility studies, the volatility switch, the standard deviation, variable MA, UI, TTM squeeze. That's a good one. But I can kind of see that without even using it now. Standard deviation, this is like the sideways movements I always like to look for. But anyway, so you have to clean up your charts, right? Clean them up. Just pick your favorite 2. Get 2. I swear, no more than 2. And just go with it. Maybe even 1, right? Because if I were to take, which one would I? You would need at least 2 because you want one to confirm the other, right? So I look at this and I'll say, wow, okay, that's a buy point. But then I'll look over here and I'm like, it looks like the trend could be changing. The slow cross the fast, and I might not buy it yet, but I might buy it here. If I didn't buy it here, I would buy it. I definitely would have bought it here when that confirmed that. And then I would have caught that move. So you got to just pick your favorite 2, what's going to work for you. Some people use the RSI, the CCI, I can't even think of them all. The Bollinger Bands. Just pick your favorite 2, learn them. And work them. Just work those 2. You know what I mean? But for the most portion, I like in the volume. This tells me price action as well. I'd say that's the all. That says it all. What the final price has the final word for the most part. The Holy Grail. You hear that, right? I mean, they all secret, but nobody knows. Nobody knows what it's going to do. All of them different studies. No one knows. But these 2 are spot on. The MACD is close to the slow stock. I don't like the fast stochastic because it's just like this, but faster. It's telling you you're going to get a lot of false alerts on it. Notice I like everything slow. The weekly, the monthly, the slow stochastic, everything's slow. Slow it down so I could see, oh, this price move. I needed to slow it down so I could see what's going on. Easy way to slow it down, just move out a time frame. This is obviously, it was so obvious that it's going up here, especially when it drew this candle. By the way, let me show y'all this. This is perfect. You see that candle right there? You see this little consolidation? Zoom this in. Should I clear all of this out? And you see this consolidation? And you had to break out with this candle right here, huge candle. Anyway, that's the same formation we saw in NVIDIA yearly. That's the same pattern for the most part, but except for it had a shorter consolidation. And then look what happened, right? So remember I said I think it goes a lot higher. I think NVIDIA does the same thing. That's looking at the yearly. So it's more accurate. It's definitely going to happen. The yearly is solid. So, that's my prediction. Now, it might not happen tomorrow. I mean, yeah, it's struggling right now. It's kind of looking a little lazy, but overall, it basically tells me that any sell-off, for the most part, is a buying opportunity because I know what's going to happen years from now. I know that pattern is going to work. And it might not, by the way, but damn, the pattern looks real good to me on that yearly. So, and I just focus on that long term. And just be in it, be those long-term plays. Then I talk leaps. Okay, so let's talk about my trading style. Slow stochastic, weekly slow, monthly slow, yearly slow, leaps slow, right? All them weeklies and the monthly options too fast, right? The stock goes up, you'll make a fortune, but it goes down, you're gonna lose it all quick. Everyone that played options, I'm telling you, you blew an account out. That's why you have to get permissions and sign all of those things and check all of those boxes, right? You blew an account up. It will blow you up before making you a millionaire or whatever you're looking for. And it's like, oh my gosh, warning when trading options, you will lose all your money, all of those, because it happens. It happens more than it don't, right? So anyone that's just killing it, especially if you hear them saying, I'm buying calls and puts, and they just call and put buyers, man, let me tell you, man, they gonna blow up. Maybe it didn't happen yet, but it will. It will. Right, slow down. That's exactly, man. That just going slow. I don't, what sucks with me? My entries suck. I don't have the best entries, but my goals are always longer term, so I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't have to buy it at 30. What is this? Let's look at this one, for example. Let's pull up the 4-hour. I don't have to buy it here. I'll talk about it. Oh, yeah, you can pick it up right here. Here's support. I'll talk about it. But you know what? Shoot, I don't plan on selling this thing for a year from now. I'll buy it right now because I don't care if it dips another 5-10%. I would maybe I'll buy more, but I would like it for it to go up. But it's not really that important because I know it's going to go up to when I need it to be up for the most part. So now you can see my concern with NVIDIA again, even though I think it goes up a lot. It's just, see, I just have, I needed to start going up. Let's put it that way. All right. So yes, I believe it's to go up, but this thing's been doing some sideways action for a long time, way back here since August, right? So remember, time, when it does this, it kills options, right? It kills it. That's why you need call spread. That's why you need spreads, by the way. Any long calls, you're getting killed just by it going sideways. So I'm just keeping an eye on it. You know what I mean? Even though I believe the long term, but it could dip before it goes long term. It might do something like that. I don't know. All right, man. How long have we been on here for? An hour and 48 minutes. This might be my longest video, but I see my people slowly tuning out. Maybe you have to go. Maybe I'm getting boring, but I don't know. I have nothing else to do. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this. So Jamal Hadley, appreciate you being in here. I don't know. It's my first time saying your name, so hopefully you subscribed. Trucker 202, Cashmatic. I know you guys are solid. You guys are solid. Davey J, I missed it. Damn, I missed his comment. Any catalyst stocks for the damn it. I missed his comment. Come back, Davey. Dave. You said you bought Tesla calls for 5,000, made 410 minutes. Is this trade worth the risk? Bought Tesla call for 5,000. It just depends, man. That's your, if you can risk 5,000 like that, because I tell you what, you could have easily lost 410 minutes. So that, I think that's a question that only you could answer. Is it worth the risk? You know, so, you know, why'd you put on the trade? Them Tesla options are expensive. I mean, that's probably cheap compared to the rest of them. We saw what it's like buying a Leap on that thing. What, 30? Was it 30,000? It's crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I missed your comment. Hopefully he's still up in here. Larry. Yeah, Larry, we talk. Casual wealth, exclamation. I'm going back in the comments, by the way. John. Damn, I missed John too. It's the second comment in the room. I missed him. So John said, any chance Neo gets back to 60 this week? Thanks. Damn it. I missed it. I like definitely, you know, talking to the new people, man. Help me grow the channel. Yeah, I'm thinking I said something. I think it goes higher, but that whole sell-off that we had when it broke out of range, that's a little concerning. But yeah, I think it goes higher. It's down 11%. Seems like, let's see, EV. You know what we didn't pull up? We talked about Tesla, but we didn't pull up the chart. The weekly looks good. I'm gonna go down. Yeah, it looks like it's consolidating. It's going sideways. If it doesn't go down, I say it goes up. So let's see if it can break that support I got drawn. I already got it drawn. Just kind of watching it, thinking it was going to trade in that range, but no, a little higher. I was off. I drew this box before it got there. But not bad. Look how it's going to catch up with the up. That's my fast moving apps. The fast one, right? It's going to touch. When's the last time that happened? Way over here, caught a big move here, and then of course here. So yeah, it looks like it's finally catching up, man. It took that pause. So I think Tesla actually go high. I think one day it's going to be the short of the year. But I guess not yet. It's unbelievable. Let's scroll back down to the new comments. He said, yeah, thanks, bro. All right. You did subscribe. Okay, thanks, man. Thanks, Jamal. Appreciate you. I go live. You got to hit the bell because I don't know when I'm going to go live. Generally, I do pre-recorded videos and I talk about the market and I talk about maybe some of the hotter stocks. We just look at the charts. I might talk about an option play I'm in. Well, generally, I just kind of talk about the market for the most part. Put some little music behind it, you know, do those little things. And I think it's pretty entertaining. If you go back and look at my videos, you will see that most of the time my track record is actually pretty good with nailing of what's going to happen. I could come, I'm bringing up my channel right now. We'll look at it. Let's do a channel review. Your channel. There we go. There's trades. I'll click videos. Stock market fire. I've been talking about Peloton forever. if you was following me, you made boatload of money on Peloton. Time to buy Amazon. That was wrong. Actually, I was a little early on this Lulu, a little early, but I just traded out of my Nike for Lulu. I like them both because I think it has more potential growth. And here you can see why I'm selling Nike. And then I got into Lulu and I put on a trade that's going to make me 92%, which is like option spreads. Twitter on fire. It's time to buy Twitter. And that was about right. But now you see what happened. Now they're selling it off again. In that video, I said you will get hurt though. Peloton stock starts to explode. That was a month ago. You can see the little, it blew up. U.S. Steel, been talking about U.S. Steel before anybody was talking about U.S. Steel. And it blew up. Same with Rocket Mortgage and DraftKings. All of those blew up. Airbnb and DoorDash. I did a trade on that. DoorDash, I said sucked. Airbnb, I said is good. I like. But I think DoorDash is at the highs. So I'm kind of wrong on DoorDash. Why all the Neo and DraftKings videos? I talked about why I was talking about those stocks because people they care. Look, unusual options on Neo because John and Darian, I think, was talking about it on Fast Money. So we was looking at it and 248 views. But the secret sauce video, 34 views. This is the video you want to see. This video right here. But people don't want to see that video. Tesla on fire. So I've been talking about Tesla. I haven't made a lot of money. I'm scared of it. I'm just scared. And the options are super expensive. So I'm afraid of it. This drop in stock market nuggets. I'm like, I think I was talking about the views being down, but my shit's right. So here's another video. This is a perfect example. How to make 6% on your money in 43 days. Do you know if you were to make 6% on your money in 43 days, annualized, that's 48% a year. If you were to make 48% a year, every year, say for 8-9 years, you'd be like a millionaire. Only 22 people saw that video. They don't care. They don't care about that. They want the fast money, right? So that bugs me out. It's like, huh? I'm like, what? Anyway, I think I'll talk about things like that every once in a while. Yeah, so it's not about fast. We were just talking about how I like to say slow. Slow wins the game in trading. You could play things fast. You could play things fast, and you could have a great trend. What's the word I'm looking for? A great run. You can have a great run, making the right calls, but it comes to an end. And the more you win, the bigger run you have, just like stocks, the harder to fall because you start to believe that you're unstoppable. You're the shit. You know exactly. And you start to believe in yourself. Like, let's say, all right, I'm going to buy Neo and it drops 5%. Oh, man, I know it's going up. I'm killing it. I'm buying more and it drops even further. I'm buying more. You just blow up, So slow wins the game. Now, occasionally, like I said in the videos, I go for a home run. I like home runs. We all like hitting home runs. We all like even swinging for the fences. So, yeah, I do that. I do that as well, but I do know slow wins, and you want to do trades that do make you maybe 6% and 40. That's a great trade. Where are you going to get 6% at? Right? And you just keep rolling it. You keep flipping that money and keep doing it and doing it. Next thing you know, you're making 50% a year, right? And then you keep compounding that. Next thing you know, you got millions, even if you go longer, billions. 50% will get you billions in about 14, 15 years, depending on how much money you have. You start with, I should say. So that's the secret. That's why it's the secret sauce. The secret sauce, right? So that's what I do. That's what I do. All right, so we already talked about this. I'm looking forward for the market to open. By the way, I had the futures Yeah, they're trading right now. Let's see what it's doing. And it's up 6%. 6%. 6 points. Let's go to the 5 minute. See what happened. This is what it opened 6 o'clock last night, right here. And then I know it went down, and it's been ever since 7 o'clock last night. It's been going up. So we might just have an up day. Maybe we hit the low when the market was closed. Look at that double bottom. I wish I was watching the futures. Sometimes I might put on a future play, buy a future, but there's a bottom. That was a perfect buy. And just get out if it goes below. Right. So but anyway, yeah. The ESs are up $6. 6 points. And the NASDAQ futures up 11. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens on Tuesday. Hopefully everyone makes money. All right, man. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. If you hung and watched all of this 2-hour video, I really appreciate you. I really do, man. That's awesome, man. So thanks for watching, everyone. I try to do a video tomorrow. I usually do one. I try to do one every day. I really try to do one every day. If I don't, something went wrong, and it's generally with work, and I'm tired. I'm just tired. I come home from work. I'm like, oh, I don't feel like making a video, So that's generally what it is. And I was like, I'll just make one tomorrow. I'm going to bed, or I'm just going to relax. I'm going to make something to eat, or whatever. So anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate you. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Dre Trades. That's it. Dre Trades, Twitter, Instagram. Comments right here in the video, and I always reply back. Like I said, I'm sorry about the comments I missed. Hopefully you get in the comments or you hit me up some other way. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate you. Have a good weekend. Happy MLK Day. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.